Hi, welcome to PDQ Live. I'm Tara, and Josh is back.
I'm back.
And Brock is here with us today.
Yeah, joining.
We have so much to cover today. Been a busy week. But first, we're going to talk about Patch Tuesday. It was Patch Tuesday week, right, Brock?
It sure was Patch Tuesday, and it was a heck of a mess setup.
He messed it up.
No, run it back. You run it back. I did not mess that up.
I love it.
Oh, we're going twice. Patch Tuesday.
I wasn't ready for it. Normally we build up a little bit more, and then that was just like, hey, what's up, everybody? Patch Tuesday is here.
That's false. I messed it up every time.
We're off to a great start.
Can we just start over? I'm just going to roll the open again.
Roll the open. Start over. Roll back.
Okay, so it kind of sucked this month, didn't it, Brock?
I mean, yeah, kind of. I mean, it was a big month, right? We've been hearing about it for years. Windows 10, end of life, October 14th. That was this last Patch Tuesday. And Microsoft sent it off in a big way, right? I think this was the most CVEs released this year, and probably I would have to go back and check, but I don't remember a month where we had this many.
Yeah, it was like, here, we're going to slap all these fixes on the way out the door, and hopefully they stay working.
Yeah, it's like, hey, maybe this will get you by for a couple months until you get on Windows 11 or something. But anyways, 173 total CVEs, 9 of those being critical, which for that amount of total exploits, that's not bad. Important 162. Most of these are going to come from elevation of privilege. There was 80 of those, but quite a few remote code executions, 32. But yeah, it was a big month because, again, we're losing Windows 10, right? We've seen that coming for a long time, but we also lost some other stuff. And Microsoft actually has a site out there that kind of goes over some of the stuff that we lost. Windows 10, Office 2016 and 2019. Exchange Server 2016, 2019, Skype for Business Server 2015. Who's still using Skype?
That was a thing?
Apparently. I had no idea. I didn't know Skype at all was still.
I do find it interesting that Office versions tend to get paired up with OS versions.
Mm-hmm.
It's always it's interesting. I don't know why.
Well, and why I haven't looked into it, but why is Office 2016 end of life and at the same time as 2019? Anyway,
it's the money. Go ahead.
It's the money. Project 2016, 2019, Visual Studio 2015, and some other stuff. But yeah, so I mean, there was a lot of stuff that hit end of life yesterday, and so it was just like Microsoft, I think, was just releasing everything and just saying, good luck, everybody. But we do have some highlights. The first one is going to be CVE 2025-59287. Now, last year, Microsoft came out and said that they were no longer supporting WSUS, right? They're like, hey, this is being deprecated. But people kind of freaked out, all 3 people who still use WSUS. They were like, hey, well, I still use this, But obviously it wasn't reaching end of life. It was just that there was no more features. But at the same time, I'm like, when was the last time a feature came out for WSUS?
2004, probably.
Probably. Yeah, it looked like the UI looked straight from 2004. I said it had to be at least a decade since a new feature was added.
You will pull those deployment rings out of their cold, dead hands, Brock. You understand? Huh?
I mean, this was kind of a big vulnerability. It was a 9.8 CVE, and but I mean, they patched it. This wasn't one of the 0 days, which we'll talk about here in a second. But it was a bad one. But Microsoft is still fixing it, so all 3 of you can sleep soundly at night and still use WSUS tomorrow.
I like to think of dozens of us. There are dozens of us.
Right. Next one. Okay, so before I go on to these next couple, the worst part about the Patch Tuesday is that there was 3 publicly disclosed exploits, and there was 3 actively being exploited exploits. Okay. So that's not good. And this is one of the first ones that I want to talk about that are publicly exploited, and that's CVE 2025-24990. This one, it's only got a score of 7.8, and it's rated important instead of critical, but this is impacting something called an Agar modem driver. And we looked it up the other day that you can still purchase these, but I guess some systems came with these basically fax modems that you could use in your devices that they came built in with the drivers.
Like a card, like a fax card.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you know how Windows will ship with a default set of drivers for common peripherals?
Mm-hmm.
That's to keep things from in UPnP working.
Right. Yeah. So this driver did ship with Windows, or at least some versions of Windows, and this can be exploited. And apparently, Microsoft's fix is just to disable the driver. No more fax for you.
No.
Yeah.
I love sending faxes. That will not stand.
Well, I did see a card on eBay you could buy from this company. It was $20.
Let's buy one.
It's PCI EX.
$20.
Buy it.
That's not
20
bad.
bucks.
Yeah.
It has a single RJ11
Uh-huh.
connection.
I mean, I'm joking, but my government job that I had, they loved to fax. They were obsessed with faxing.
Well, and I
so
said-
people still use it.
When I was talking about this,
Ooh,
yeah,
that's
there
a
they
cheaper one.
Oh,
$560. Dang.
Yeah.
I think we need to
Okay.
jump on that.
Yeah, definitely the CV drove that price right down.
Exactly. From yesterday's $20. Yeah. But yeah, I think this is just Microsoft's way of like secretly getting people to stop using fax, which I totally support. I'm not with Tara on this one. Faxes need to go away. In fact, I got pulled over one time and had to, in order to prove, like I didn't have my latest insurance on me. So in order to prove
shame.
it, this was in the middle of nowhere, Nevada. In order to prove that I had my insurance, I had to fax it to them. Not only did I have to fax it to them, but I had to call them, tell them to switch it to the fax line, and then fax it.
No way.
Yes.
No
this
way.
was only like
Yeah.
8 years ago.
no, I believe it.
Yeah.
Hey, that phone you're on, go move that cable to that fax machine.
Yeah,
I'll send you a
she's-
fax right now.
Exactly.
I've
They're
worked-
like,
Call you back
okay,
in
we got
6
5 minutes.
Yeah. Have you guys not worked in these? Well, you haven't. You've not worked in these environments. That still happens now.
No.
I mean, you're laughing, but I came from that. My last job.
And why are you still supporting that?
Well, I don't want to, but
Anyways, all right, last one we want to mention, CVE 2025-59230. And if you like your remote connections with a side of public exploitation, then this one's for you. This one is impacting the remote access control or connection manager, which is like the background service for like RDC man and stuff like that. So this one's a pretty bad one. It does have a local attack vector, but again, I mean, when you say local, it's like you can convince your users to do anything, so...
This is
true.
true.
As long as you can convince someone, phish them or whatever, to install something malicious or do something malicious, or if you can get ChatGPT to give them some random PowerShell scripts and say, hey, do this thing, then all of a sudden it's remote and it's no longer a local attack vector. So anyways, it was a wild month. It was, it's kind of crazy. It's sad to say goodbye to Windows 10, but really, I mean, you still got Windows 10 ESU options. You got Windows 10 LTSC. You've got Windows 10 LTSC IoT. So, I mean, it's still there.
How come I get acronym man, but he can do that and nobody says a word?
Sorry.
oh, I will later.
Okay.
Hey, but I like this because you love retro. Because email isn't retro enough. Fax, because retro, you love email, and the only thing you love more than email is faxing. I think, don't you think that's true? And also, I used to call WSUS. Now I'm gonna call you WSUS. Did you see that? WSUS.
Like George?
Yeah, I love that too.
Not gonna do it.
Oh, and before we depart from Patch Tuesday, just just bleeping computer, other people's out there, just keep an eye out because it's like literally yesterday afternoon. It's like, oh, hey, guess what? KB, let's see, KB 506 5426. Oh yeah, it's breaking people's Active Directory, especially in Windows Server 2025 systems. It's like.
That seems fine.
Great. That
It's
was
fine.
yeah.
It's no big
and
deal.
then you had one that was like breaking IIS.
IIS, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
That was a big
man,
one.
it has been month after month after month of these things breaking.
Broken, gone,
Yeah.
broken. Oh my gosh, Andrew's here. Drew, can we see Plucky, please?
I don't have him.
Drew!
I see him in the chat. That's what you get.
Drew.
Speaking
the
of
chat.
stuff that was broken, Rachel called it out in the chat. This is actually like pretty fresh. F5 had a nation state level threat actor group in their system since around 2023.
Oh, I mean, 2 years. That's not bad.
So this is going to be crazy in the next couple weeks and months because most telcos that I know use F5.
Dang.
So, and a lot of undisclosed CVEs they had access to them and the underlying stuff. So this is going to get crazy.
Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
We like emergencies.
Yeah.
Okay. Andrew's in a hotel. I demand Plucky because it's the cutest thing I've ever seen. You're going to like it.
All right. I like it.
Okay. But
Okay, we got to move
before
on though,
that,
right?
We got so much to do. Let's move on.
Okay.
We're going to close that. All right. And we don't have a stinger. Man, I was so ready to nail it. Did you see that? I was prepared.
If I had a stinger, it would be like.
There's my stinger.
What were you saying? Like it would just be like, oh boy, here we go.
Let's do it.
All right. So here's the meat of the show. Like,
Yep.
let's get into it. And while Tara's getting set up for like remediation action,
Well, I'm ready. Unless you were under a bridge, you have seen some of our error messages, our messaging that came out this week. Maybe you saw this one from Connect.
Yep.
Perhaps.
Yep. So PDQ's code signing certificate is revoked, right? The one that we used to sign not only PDQ Connect agents, SmartDeploy, Deploy Inventory. It is the timestamps are being backdated, right? So that allows things to keep working. So the action item here is to update by tomorrow.
Yes.
Right, by the 18th. Like, get that done. And the context as to why. Like, I'll be as transparent as I can here to give everyone the reason why.
Yeah. And a lot of people were looking for that when they saw these emails come through. They're like, wait, what's going on here?
Yeah,
Are they
yeah.
like compromised or something like that?
Certificate revocations, it is a big deal, right? And we understand it's a big deal, and it has a lot of downstream consequences. So in the spirit of transparency, starting in the early part of August, we saw a significant increase in threat actor activity using PDQ Connect. Okay. And so what I mean by that is threat actors would get a trial primarily of PDQ Connect and use that trial to deliver other executables. In many cases, that's not malware because we do scan files that are uploaded to Connect for malware, and we take action on those. But what people can do is they can use PDQ Connect to distribute other RMM-like tools, so other command and control tools. So threat actors would grab PDQ Connect. They would use the PDQ Connect trial to install some other RMM-like tool, and from that, they can go forward and they can compromise other systems. Okay, this is a thing that everyone in the RMM or remote code kind of execution and allow for this, they face. We saw a big ramp, and we had to take action. So if you're coming into trials now, if some of you are, you'll see that there's changes that have been made to a trial.
Yeah.
Okay, the first one is we're not allowing trial accounts without verification to use custom packages. We're not allowing them to use remote commands. We're not allowing them to use remote desktop. Without those features, it's really hard to do anything that's not, that is malicious in intent.
Right.
Okay. But at an abundance of caution, right, we had to do this. This certificate was revoked. Okay. Windows default behavior for a binary that is signed with a revoked certificate is to not execute it. Okay. So that's why we're at this point. That's why things need to be updated. So is there an exploit that happened to PDQ? No. Was there a compromise of PDQ systems? No. Are there new features in the products? Generally, no. That the new release is a new signature with a new fresh timestamp that is not revoked.
Yeah. So we're doing all these things to make sure that we're secure.
Yeah. This is proactive, not only for us as PDQ, but threat actors that were out in the wild and using this. They can't compromise future victims with those installers because Windows isn't going to run that anymore.
Yeah.
Right. So we've taken action to ensure that they cannot use the trial. And then those that were in there that we couldn't identify or maybe couldn't identify easily, this revocation prevents them from continuing to exploit victims in the wild.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So CM saying having a mass update. Yep. Totally understand. It's a short amount of time to get a lot of stuff done. We obviously understand that. So we're going to go over all the ways to do that and hopefully provide you some quick ways to get it done. But we obviously understand the pain. We do.
Yeah, and we're going to walk through product by product and what it means for each of these products and what action you need to take. Yeah.
So I think this might be the most solution articles we've ever attached to any webcast. I went through all of Discord, all of our internal solutions channel, and found pretty much anything you're going to need to help you along this journey. And we'll cover kind of the highlights as we go.
Yeah. So we're given the cliff notes.
Yes.
Go read the articles.
Yeah, but
all of the information you need is there.
Yeah, we are obviously here, all hands on deck. Our engineers have been spectacular. Solutions have been spectacular. And just a quick shout out to all of our customers in Discord, especially, as always, Marcel. Amazing. Just been phenomenal. Seeing everybody help each other. We just want to extend so much gratitude to you guys.
Yeah, they've been crushing it.
Amazing. Okay, so first things first. Simple MDM not affected at all. Should we start and connect?
Let's start and connect.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's hop over here. And you would have seen that first error message, right? I was actually sick on Monday. When I came in on Tuesday, all but 3 of my devices updated on their own to the current version.
Yeah, that is primarily what will happen in Connect. Your agents will automatically update.
Yeah,
in the case that they don't.
Yes.
Right. That's what we'll cover.
Yeah. So you'll see I have 2 devices that are on 5.10.5, which is actually fine, but I'm going to use this just to show how we would pinpoint those ones.
Yes.
Okay. So when I made a little group that Josh made fun of me yesterday, but we went and fixed it, so it's okay. Go ahead, make fun of me now, Josh.
No, just show the definition. Show the definition. It's fun.
Quiet.
Okay. So if you have agents that are out of date in Connect, you're going to be given a banner. Like right there across the top that says, hey, these agents are out of date. And when you click on that, you're also going to be given another button. And that button is going to give you the force update option.
Yeah.
And that is our recommendation.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So if your devices aren't automatically updating, go click on that button. You can force update the agents that are online. That's the first thing to do.
Yeah. So Alex, he already pointed out, I solved it by deleting the offline ones.
That works too.
I did attach an article because there are some that are showing offline, so there is a solution for that. Thank you for pointing that out, Alex. So here is the filter logic. So once you have found those, there is a package now that actually Brock helped make. So thank you, Brock.
This is the second option.
This is a lot of people just
use the force update first. This isn't going to happen because this package. It's great, but it has some shortcomings.
Yeah, this was kind of like, hey, some people were experiencing like agents that didn't want to uninstall or update. Some were just showing offline. Some were stuck at just the version that they were on. Like the force update wouldn't even work. So, I mean, this is like the vast majority. And people have been comparing in Discord. They're like, oh, I had 1,500 devices and I've got 2 that are, it's like a race almost out there. But so the vast majority of these things are just updating. There are some people that are having issues, and that's why we created this package called the PDQ Connect Agent Reinstall. And this was a big group effort with like the packaging team, myself, Steve, Andrew, like a lot of people chimed in here trying to get this thing put together. But what this does, it does a couple things. It has a PowerShell script attached to it, and that script has a zip file attached to it. And what happens is those zip file has like a PDQ uninstaller for the agent. It has a reinstall script, and it has a generic agent, not one attached to an organization. And so what the script does is you deploy out the script and it copies over all those files, and then it sets up a scheduled task, because when you uninstall the agent, you're going to lose access to it, right? From PDQ Connect. So it runs the uninstaller. It backs up the database first, runs the uninstaller, creates this scheduled task to run. After a minute, the scheduled task runs. It runs the. Sorry, there's a lot going on here.
It's the generic installer. It runs the
generic installer, but it doesn't start the service yet, because if you do, then it'll like set up the whole database and everything like that. So instead, it runs it, but it doesn't start the service. Then you copy over the database, then it starts the service, and then it reconnects to your Connect console. So a lot going on there, but this is kind of like, hey, if nothing's working, try this.
Yeah, it's a lot of moving parts. So there's a lot of failure points.
Yeah, and CM said he had some failure, and Wayne is one of our solutions engineers. So yes, please open a ticket if you do have issues with this. We just ran it. We'll give it a second and see what happens. But I did want to point out, with Frosted Flakes, I actually just ran the uninstall tool and reinstalled it, and you notice it has a new flag. So that will happen. That's expected behavior. So
not if you do that package that we sent out.
I didn't do the package.
Right. If you're copying the database itself and then restoring it, then it won't come back up with that new flag.
Yeah. So, okay, that's one way we wanted to talk about. If you are using Intune to push out your packages.
This is the other bit of things.
Yeah, this is the other bit we're going to just quickly touch on, because we kind of have a lot to go over today. So you remember this little utility we talked about before, this Windows 32 content prep tool, and there's an article, because we're going to go pretty quickly. You're going to want to re-download this again, and it's going to open up, and you're going to specify your content folder. And we're going to go so quickly here. See if I can get
this
to
is
it.
this is packaging the MSI into an intunewin.
That's right. You just make your folder, and you're going to make a new one, and then you're going to come back up to Intune, and all you do, see how I've changed the app version? I'm just going to replace the app. That's it. And it changes the version and then re-pushed out.
This is because the agent MSI was signed.
Yeah.
That signing is now revoked. So anywhere that you may have had this agent in a task sequence for MDT, in a SmartDeploy image, in some other deployment platform to get the agent there, that needs to be replaced.
And I think there's a prompt now in Connect that pops up and says that.
Yep.
That says, hey, just, if you have the old agent out in installations or wherever, make sure to replace that.
Okay.
All
right. So that's it for Connect.
Hey, real quick, let me also shout out Sergio is a big help on that package.
Sergio is, yeah. He's been in Discord. He's been very, very helpful.
He's awesome.
So, and then there is an article attached, all the ways that you can uninstall. There's a lot of helpful things in there too. We don't have time to go over all of them, but we are attaching all of it. Okay. We did Intune. Yes, we did that. Okay. Should we go to DNI?
Yeah. Let's move to deploy inventory.
Okay,
So
deploy
an inventory, comparatively much eeasier
Much
fix
easier.
action.
Yeah. So when you first launch it, it's going to yell at you and say, hey, I need an update.
Yeah. The regular deploy inventory update mechanisms, in the bottom right, a new version is available. The new version is, I'm going to mess this up, 19.5.00. Am I right?
Okay.
I don't know.
Pull
it up.
Oh, somebody sanity check me, but I think it's 19.5.
Give me a second. I can do that.
Oh, it is. It's right there. Okay. So in that bottom right, Drew, if we can grab the screen here, where it says got feedback, take our 1-minute survey, right down in that area in that bottom right, it'll say a new version's available.
Yep.
That's the first way you can grab a new version.
Yep.
The second way to get a new version, if you need it, is to go to pdq.com/releases, and you can grab it directly from there and then just run it.
Yep. This one was super quick, very easy.
Yeah.
I didn't have any issues with this one.
No issues. Double click both installers. Make sure you grab your client computers as well. So update the deploy central server, grab the clients.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Yep.
We did
you
both.
You can make use of the feature where clients, when they go to connect and they're not a version, the server will update them if you need to, as well.
Okay. This one was the easiest, I will say. Okay, next, but not least, let's talk about SmartDeploy. You ready? Let me open this and make sure I don't miss anything I want to talk about.
Yeah, because now we're on to. I will, while you're opening SmartDeploy, we won't cover this in detail, but I will make a little side note. If you are in a PowerShell AllSigned environment, AllSigned execution policy environment, if you are, you are. All of the packages that had PowerShell in them were signed that you have downloaded.
Yeah.
You will need to re-download each of the packages from the library. You will also need to grab the certificate, the public keys of the certificate from the knowledge base article, and then put them into the trusted store on your devices. That's all I'll say about it. There's a knowledge base article that's attached. It's linked in all of them if you are PowerShell AllSigned.
That's only for AllSigned. I'm just going to clarify. So everyone that's maybe tuned out for a second, only for...
Yes. We won't cover it any more than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
On to SmartDeploy.
Okay. SmartDeploy is a little bit different. And I'm just going to show here while he's showing these screenshots. So when you first launch, I launched the desktop console. You'll see up in the right-hand corner, update available. And by the way, this is all covered in the solution article that Drew's going to link, so don't worry. You just update it. This one is quite a large update. I think it was 2 gigs, so it did take a little bit of time, so just give yourself some time. So you're going to update this. So you update the console, and then it concurrently updates the web console. After you do this update, it's going to ask you to restart. Okay. Then after you restart, you do then need to update each computer. So
the client service on each of them.
Yeah, the client service has to update too. So I found it easier to update it via the web console because you could quite easily, and you're going to laugh at me, you could quite easily just select them all in the GUI and then update them. But you can just do Control A and select them all. But you know me, I want to do it easily.
Well, you want to click all the buttons?
You know, I like to click stuff. So you do have to do both of those two steps. But I did want to go over this quickly, what we got from Eric Nymark, who is the head of SmartDeploy. I don't know what he is. He's something. He's super important. Just quickly go over this.
I think that's his official title.
It is. He's super important. What needs to be recreated? So you do need to update.
So this is after updating the console.
Yep.
This is after updating the client service. You also need to recreate some stuff because they are also signed.
Yes. Update all Smart Media console installations and client installations. So we just did that. Yep. You do need to recreate boot media, especially if installing the client service during deployment.
Yep.
So
that would be like the boot.wim for WDS.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That would be USB devices. What am I'm missing? Anything else that would allow you to install.
Yeah.
Right?
It'll yell at you if you have problems. But yeah, just for safety, go through the articles that we've linked and make sure you're checking off everything they put in there, because the solution engineers have done a wonderful job detailing out everything you're going to need to do.
Okay.
I see that we have quite a few questions, Kelly. Shall we take the questions or?
There's actually not as many as you would think.
Okay.
Hang on one moment.
Has
And
one comes in.
I can, yeah. There's one.
Okay. I'll take that one right now.
Why don't you take
So,
that?
considering moving to PDQ Connect, currently using Deploy Inventory, what are the biggest features I'm going to miss? So, not necessarily PowerShell scripting.
Mhm.
You can execute all the PowerShell you want in Connect.
Mhm.
I think what someone was referring to there is the
Scanner.
PowerShell scanner.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're using the PowerShell scanner to return like custom objects, that's not there in Connect.
Which, based off the question, I don't think this user is probably utilizing the PowerShell scanner.
If you don't know what it is, you're not going to miss it. In fact, you're only going to gain functionality
Yeah.
by moving to PDQ Connect.
Yeah, you're going to gain remote desktop,
and-
vulnerability management.
And while we're waiting for the PowerShell scanner to be built, because it is slated to be built,
Mhm.
there's a bunch of workarounds you can do to get the same effect in Connect.
Mhm.
So yeah, I would say go ahead, move to Connect. It's my preferred of the tools at this point.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
I finally converted.
Josh has a favorite child.
I do.
Oh my gosh!
I do.
I never thought I'd hear it.
Yes. I would say yes. The remote desktop is more than decent. It is excellent.
Yeah,
It's excellent.
a full like enterprise grade
Yeah.
remote desktop client.
Yeah,
Wonderful
it's
remote
excellent.
desktop.
Yeah.
We do have a couple other questions that we can hit that have actually been answered in chat. So I'll give you the question and the answer we got. This one is, I've had issues where there seems to be multiple Ghost installs of previous agent versions. This is preventing them from uninstalling the normal way. And one of the answers we got is Microsoft has a very good tool that can help you to clean up software remnants to allow for repair.
If they were talking, I think the PDQ Connect uninstall
Uninstall it
executable
all.
also
Yeah.
will get rid of that.
Mhm.
And that's one of those files that is zipped in that reinstall package
Mhm.
that runs that to clean off like everything. But
Cool.
Yep.
Another question is, I have servers that run .NET Framework 4.6.2, which means they won't work with the newer versions. Do we know for sure if DNI will completely stop working on the 18th? And I think it was Wayno in the chat that said, for those who can't update, or maybe it was someone else.
I think
Jordan.
it was Jordan.
It was
Yeah.
Jordan, yeah. He says, due to .NET Framework, we are working on a solution for that.
Yeah.
Well,
so it's in the
Jordan
works.
would know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jordan would know. He's
Yeah.
the guy doing it.
The thing is, we are working on the current versions first, but understand that there are like breaking changes that have gone along in the deploy and inventory lifecycle due to .NET versions. So we're working on a plan for that. Not entirely sure what that's going to look like exactly, but we do know that it's out there.
yeah. And Nofi, it does support multi-monitors, supports attended, unattended access, logging, chat, file drop, things like that.
Yeah.
Talking about the remote desktop, yeah.
Yep.
And speaking of Jordan, I know all the engineers, and again, I said solutions. Everybody literally was working all weekend trying to get this as perfect as they possibly can for the customer. So I just want to extend so many thank yous to everybody for doing that.
Yeah, 100%.
Question, we have 187 devices still on old agents. If we just reinstall new agents after the 18th, is it going to duplicate the device in Connect?
That is a great question that I actually don't know the answer to. I don't believe it will duplicate the devices. I think what will happen is it will install like an upgrade on top with the new version. But I don't think I've tested that one directly. That's what I believe will happen. Have you tested that one directly, Brock?
I haven't, no.
Okay.
And like I said, there are, again, I bring up that package because what it's doing is that it's copying, it's removing the device out of Connect, removing the agent, and then it's kind of re-adding it, but with the same database backup. So should help prevent that. But that's not something that I've tested.
Yeah, I haven't tested that one directly. Cool. Anything else, Kelly?
No, that is it for questions.
All righty. Thanks for joining, everybody. It was a fun one, right? Was this a fun one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's having so much fun, she's zoned out.
I'm reading the questions.
Oh, all right. Okay. For PDQ, I'm Josh.
I'm Tara.
And I'm Brock.
Thank you for joining the webcast today. We do appreciate it. Do us a couple favors. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, because that's what one does. Also, join us in Discord, because that's where the real fun is. Have a great week, and we'll see you back here next time.